So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. I hope you still have energy to listen to my talk. My name is Muhammad Ariq Syauqi. I am from Indonesia, and today I'll talk about Southern Sumatran script, the transformation from the 14th century to present. And before I begin, let me introduce myself first and give you some context. So even though I ever studied linguistics during my bachelor, I consider myself as a type designer because I primarily design typefaces. And currently, I'm enrolled in Atelier National de Recherche Typographique in Sat-Nongsi, France. I joined their missing script program, which the goal is to develop typographic representation for digitally disadvantaged scripts, and I focus on the Southern Sumatran script. As a type designer, I should make sure that the font should be aesthetically pleasing, technically proper, and linguistically appropriate. But the last point is very challenging for me, and because these scripts are actually understudied, and so I conducted this research with goal to understand the scripts better. And the method I use is literature study. Literature study by gathering, analyzing publicly available documents, and also manuscripts like this and this and this, which are available in digital library. And I had a chance to validate and consulted the finding during my trip to Indonesia last month. And to give you some geographical context, this is Southern Sumatra in the context of Southeast Asia. And to zoom in, this is Lampung. And here is Jakarta, my hometown. Considering the close distance from Jakarta, I visited the region several times before. But not until my third visit in 2018 that I realized that the region has their own script. I wasn't particularly surprised why I didn't aware of the script earlier, because if you go to the region, mostly you'll find the scripts in use like this in a very limited context. Usually accompanied by Latin, like this one. This is the scripts, and literally you can just read the Latin one. And this is how the scripts look like in most of the manuscripts. Southern Sumatran scripts are easily recognized by their angular forms. Most scholars believe that the angularity comes from the tools and the media they use, because they are found primarily in bamboo, which is hard to scratch in comparison, for example, with Balinese, which mostly written on leaves. And aside from bamboo, Southern Sumatran scripts have also been found written on tree bark or animal horn, or more recently on papers, like this. And this one particularly is on copper. Naming and grouping. This is the area where you can find the manuscripts. It's a wide area from the southern tips of Sumatra in Lampung to the highland of Kerinci, which marked by Sungai Penuh. And in this region, different communities use these scripts, including Lampung, Rejang, Pasemah, Komering, and Kerinci. Each community has their own styles and orthography. This is why I use term scripts as plural. As Uli Kozok argued that the similarity between these scripts are between 60% to 80%. And today, this region falls into 4 provinces: Lampung, South Sumatra, Bengkulu, and Jambi. And that's why I use the term Southern Sumatra, because to avoid some ambiguity, since South Sumatra refers to only one province. And the most broadly used name for these scripts, according to the users, is Surat Ulu, which literally means writing from the upstreams. Because if you look at this map closely, you'll notice a common characteristic, that these communities are situated in highland area on the high topography. Here, not here. And this term Ulu is more inclusive, spanning different ethnic group and language. I personally support this use of term unless a specific community identifies themselves or otherwise. For example, Christopher Miller in 2011 in his grouping map used the term Rejang Central Malay group because Rejang is not a dialect of Malay, while other language in this region are. But historical record, like those in Marsden 1810, show that Rejang people considered themselves part of Ulu group. So it's an inclusive term. And besides Surat Ulu, there are other names for these scripts. In the west, in Kerinci, they use the term Surat Incung. And in the east, Lampung people refer to this script as Surat Lampung. And as for exonym, the term used by scholars, these scripts have been referred to as Rencong script or Kaganga. And these names are sometimes still used in libraries or museums, so it's useful to be aware of them. However, I discourage the use of this term in future studies. How the script works? Southern Sumatran script belong to the Brahmic alpha syllabary or Abugidas. So it means that each base characters inherently includes a default vowel. And the vowel can be modified by adding marks around the base characters, not the vowel, but the syllables, I mean. And it can be put on the left, the right, the top, or bottom. For example, this is the base character for Lampung. And this is how you can modify the syllables. Ka become ki, and ku by adding some marks. And they can also put together like this to write king and kun. And one particular feature for these scripts is, unlike other Brahmic scripts, Southern Sumatran scripts don't use conjuncts or any special forms at all to make consonant cluster. Instead, Virama is used, and then it can continue by the next characters. You can just put Virama and then next characters without any modification. So it's so simple. And another notable feature, even though Southern Sumatran scripts are generally known for their angular form, it's important to note that curvier form do appear in the manuscripts. And also another fascinating feature is that they actually flexible in the stroke angle. For example, this is the most common grapheme Ga found in the manuscript and acceptable among all variants. It's made by two strokes, but digging the manuscripts, you'll find variation of Ga like this, ranging in the angle and the curviness. This feature is actually really interesting for me as a type designer because you can use the first stroke nearly horizontal at 0 degrees or laying down at 0 degrees or upright at 90 degrees. This is how I observe how the graphemes interact with each other. And I particularly will highlight this feature in my typeface because it's so unique to the scripts that you can play with the angle. This is grapheme Ga, Ta, and Na. And one more interesting feature of Southern Sumatran script can be seen in these particular manuscripts. A different style was intentionally used to highlight a paragraph, similar to italic in Latin. And it's rare to find this kind of sample in other scripts. Historical development. Like many other scripts in Indonesian archipelago, Southern Sumatran scripts are derived from Brahmic scripts, which with a clear influence from Kawi. You can see the influence from Kawi in their most simple grapheme, like this Ka, Ga, Pa, La, and Ha. It's like Kawi but written in angular forms. But many Southern Sumatran manuscripts were written on fragile materials such as bamboo and bark. And unfortunately, most were created without colophons or date, which has resulted in significant gaps in the historical records. The oldest manuscript found written in Southern Sumatran script is Kitab Undang-Undang Tanjung Tanah, believed to have originated in the 14th century. And this manuscript is really interesting because its grapheme helps me trace the development of the scripts and connect many variants that exist today. Because we know that this is the oldest found. For example, this is graphema. On the very left, you can find on the manuscript Tanjung Tanah. And this is the variant of Ma found in the later manuscripts. And you can see the scripts tend to find simpler form by removing some parts or connecting some strokes. But you can from each grapheme you can see how they actually connect by comparing to this grapheme. Maybe if you compare this to this, it's very different. But with that, you can clearly see the development. And another sample from grapheme Sa. This is how you'll find in manuscript Tanjung Tanah, and this is how you find in later manuscripts. Maybe this and this is too far, but comparing to that is yeah, you can see the logic. Like this one is the writer maybe too lazy to take the tools and make them connected. And the relation between variant, of course, Southern Sumatran script have numerous regional variants. Like this one, you can see the difference between Rejang and Kerinci as observed by Christopher Miller. That in Kerinci, some of the letter tend to remove the left part of the stroke. And also some graphing can also be traced to specific periods. For example, the circled virama here, this is virama, is believed to emerge after Islamization, and this circled virama actually resembled the Arabic sukun. And Southern Sumatran script underwent significant typographic advancement when Lampung script got its metal type. This is the example of metal type of Lampung. And also the other variant, Rejang, got its typewriter typewriter form. This is typewriter of Rejang. And the peak period of the Southern Sumatran script is when the script is used for official document like this one. And also, as Titi Pujastuti reports, up to until 1940, it was common for Lampung people to read and write the scripts. They were so expert in the script that they broke the conventional rule. And it's evident when I found this particular manuscripts. Actually, this manuscript is, I think, written by a very expert because it's actually mirrored. You need a mirror to read this. Yes, but yeah, from right to left, I don't know. And the current use by the 1980s, concern arose because the scripts declined in use because after post-independence Indonesia prioritized unification of the nationality, and local scripts are not prioritized, and some government in 1980s try to revive these scripts. For example, this is formalization of Kerinci scripts, and in Lampung it's now taught as a mandatory in schools. And today we see the efforts to incorporate these scripts into public spaces like this on the city gates, on street signs, another street signs, on buildings, or in souvenir. While not as widespread as in the past, there are still active effort to keep these scripts alive. And to sum up, despite their long history, maturity, and cultural significance, Southern Sumatran scripts remain largely understudied. They are also digitally disadvantaged, with most variants except for Rejang not yet included in Unicode. So here I am trying to play my part to spread the word about these brilliant scripts in hope that they will remain alive for generations to come. Thank you.
Questions?
Yes.
A clarification question. You had a slide where you were talking about the angles of letters. You had upright, 2 degrees, and horizontal.
Mhm.
Was that one letter that comes in 3 variants?
Yes.
How are you reflecting that in your work?
I currently try to implement nonlinear interpolation to my fonts, but I don't know. It's just experiment, because without nonlinear interpolation, you'll need so many masters to achieve that.
And is the aim that once I take a 60-degree slant, then I stick with that?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So it's like upright, italic, and super
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yes, maybe. But yeah, the scripts also behave differently in each angle.
Yeah.
Like here, so it's not like just technical rotation, but it behaves differently. Like here, the alignment is just one line, but there is yeah.
So the sliding bonus variance.
Hmm?
The sliding bonus variation, wonderful.
This one,
No.
no?
It's in front of the one with S and,
Ah,
yeah,
here.
yeah, you're finding that the younger people today, when they're using, trying to revive it,
Uh-huh.
are using more variants or playing with the style or?
Currently, it's very limited in use. Younger generation are stick to the textbook form, not no, even like just for example in Lampung, they believe that the correct form is just this one, while actually in the manuscript it's found this. So there is a gap between the past and now, and I'm trying to encourage the use of the golden era.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.